Hi my Stampin' friends, I'm Sandra at artypapercrafters.com, an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and welcome to another one of my Advent Countdown projects for Christmas. And today we're on hashtag 20, which is a gift box for perfumed tea lights, and these are my little prototypes. I think they're dead cute. They only use a small amount of DSP, so really economical to make. And I've got some gorgeous scented tea lights. These smell of tea tree and something else, vanilla or something. They really smell divine, and they're perfect gifts to give as table treats, little Christmas gifts for your friends at work. Or to even sell at craft fairs. They'll be a big hit. So let me show you how I made them. Today we're going to use some designer paper, which is called Bundle of Love. On one side it's either pink or blue because it's geared around new babies, so blue or pink. And on the other side of every sheet, every single sheet, of which there are 12 in the pack, has gold foiling on it. So they are very pretty. And we're going to use a piece of that. I'm also using the stamp set called Vertical Greetings. I love this with the garden theme, and so we're going to use that. Gorgeous. So let's crack on and make it. So we've got a piece of designer paper here, and this measures 6.5 by 5 3/4. And on the 6.5 inch side, we are going to score that at 1.5 inches, 3 inches, 4.5 inches, and 6 inches. Turn it round to the short side, and we're going to score that at 1.5 inches and 5 inches. So easy. And now we're going to fold and burnish our score lines. Keep your lines nice and straight as you burnish. Keep your paper straight. So this is hashtag 20 now, so we're certainly getting through my Advent tutorials. So if you've not seen them all, please do click onto Sandra Ronald, search Sandra Ronald in YouTube, and they'll all come flying up. So we're going to you've got a fat end, your 2.5 inch, you've got your 1.5 inch piece here, and then you've got a little piece here. Now you're not going to score this, you're not going to burnish this top part, it's just going to fold up. So we're going to cut away this skinny piece from here, don't need that, and then we're just going to cut up all these score lines. And that is all the scoring done. So we need some glue on here, and today I'm going to use some fast fuse because that's nice and sticky. So let's run that down here. Press that down, keep that straight. Fold the bottom in, so this is the back seam, so we're folding that into there, and now we're going to put some wet glue to seal all this. So we'll seal that like that, and then that goes down on there, that down on there, and then this back one, this seam here is the front of our box, so we're going to put that so that that finishes on the bottom. And then get your bone folder and just make sure that that glue is really good and stuck. And this is nice strong designer paper, so it's going to hold your candles with no problems at all. So where's the back gone? I can't see it now. The seam is so neat. There it is. Right, so that's the back. We're going to pop our candles in the bottom. Nice and easy. And they fit they fit perfectly, as you can see in there. Pinch the top like that. Put the top together. And then that piece you scored is just going to form like a little top to the box. And to close it, we're going to use one of these gold library clips. Love them. You get 20 in the pack, so lots of them. And clip that to the top. And while that's done, we're going to now do a bit of stamping. So let's get a piece of scrap paper. I've got a piece here of Very Vanilla because that matches my paper in my designer paper. We've got a piece here which measures 1 inch by 4 1/4, and this little sliver here measures 3 by 5/8 of an inch. And we're going to do some stamping. So first of all, we're going to stamp our little tree with a heart. So I've got my stamp prepped up on the block here, and I've got 2 of the Stampin' Right markers, a real red one and a garden green. So we're going to use the fat end. So you've got a thin end that way and a fat end this way. We're going to use the fat end, and we're going to do the stem of our little heart tree. Topiary, I think you'd call it, a topiary. For all the gardeners out there, including me, it's a topiary. So that's stamped with the green. And then for the top, I want real red for my pot, because we're running with the Christmas theme. So real red and green is the way forward. So put plenty of ink on, just keep going over it until you think you've got as much as you need. And then the same with this, you just go over on the side, keep your pen on the side and rub that over that heart. Just keep rubbing that over until you've got that nice and covered. So that's that done. Now what you do is we're going to huff on it. So and now we're going to stamp down. So stamp it towards the bottom of the stamp and press. And perfect. Right, I'm going to stop the video because there's somebody at my door, so hold on. Sorry about that. It was a Christmas delivery for my son, so that's all sorted. So let's carry on with where we were. So we stamped that on our piece of Very Vanilla. That looks lovely. And what you'll notice is that on the little hearts here, there's like a little middle. And so I want to put some green dots in the middle of my little flowers so that they've got little centres to them. And so for that you need to use the thinner nib. And what we're going to do, let me bring you down. Here we go, down, down, down. And I hope that's not too close for you all. And so start from the outside edges because then you'll follow it round better. That's my tip for you. And you've got your little tiny flowers all the way around the outside edges. Just fill in those little centres with your right stamping marker. And when you've done the outside edges, you can then make out where the middles are of your middle flowers. And there we have it. And that's the finished result. Cute. And to finish that off, we're going to put a little bow on there. So I've got a piece of my 1/8 of an inch gold ribbon, which I love. Love this stuff. It's beautiful, gorgeous for your little projects. And I've made a little bow, and I'm going to just trim that off there. And trim that off there. There we are. And we are going to stick that on there with a glue dot. Cute. So let's get a little glue dot on there. I'm trying to work out which is the front and which is the back. So little glue dot on there, and we're going to stick that approximately there. Cute. And then we're going to put some little pearls along the bottom of our pot. So I've cut off a group of 3 here, and we're going to stick those across here like so, trying to get them straight, of course. That always looks good, I find. That's that. And that's that part done. And then we're going to put some wet glue along the bottom only. Along the bottom, just there. And then that sticks to the front of our bag. So place that right on the bottom. Make sure it's about in the middle of your little bag. Like that. And that's stuck. And then take off your little clip. Put a little bit of wet glue just along the top here. And press that down, making sure that you've kept it nice and straight. That looks perfect. And then that is what you will be left with, like that. Oh, let's pull you out again. Too close, Sandra, too close. Can you see that now? So sweet, isn't it? How cute would that be? Your friends would love them. They really would love them. Right then, so we've done that part, and now we're going to finish off with our little For You label. So same stamp set, For You. Prepped that up onto a G block. And we're going to stamp that onto our little piece that I told you about here. Now what I've done is I've gone along the outside edges with my red marker, and I've put a little stitched edge. Doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as you get the idea. And then in garden green ink, we are going to stamp our For You. So, that's got ink on the sides, that's no good. Don't like that. Start again. So ink that up. That looks good. And then making sure that you get it about halfway down and that you do it straight. So keep it all straight, keep your blocks straight, and go down into the middle of your stitched in edge and up, and that's it. Perfect. So that's that done. Now with your little snips, whoops, with your little snips, just snip into the middle there, like that, going up by about half an inch, and snip there and snip there, and that gives you a nice little point, which is great. And now you'll see that I've tucked that in there, so that is why we didn't stick down. That is why we didn't stick down this middle piece here, because we need to now glue that in like that, so that that sticks out nice and quirky. So we get a bit of wet glue again, not too much, just on that little top piece. And then we lift that up slightly, like that. Tuck that in there, like that. And manoeuvre it so that it doesn't stick out too ridiculously, of course. Just enough so that it looks good. You've got your quirky edge, and what I did forget to do, which I mustn't forget to do, is to finish off this stitching. So you use the thin end, just finish off your stitching like that. Perfect. So that is hashtag 20 of my Christmas projects. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're enjoying my Advent tutorials. If you'd like to order any of these Stampin' Up! Products from my online store, please do remember to use the hostess code for November, which is JDE4X9HE. I'd be truly grateful for your support and for your orders, and I'll send you a little thank you gift in the post at the end of the month. So that is my project for today, and I think you'll agree they're really beautiful. Perfect little table decorations, and I love this stamp set Vertical Greetings. I especially love that. Going to have to use that in a card or a project soon. That's all for me for today. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you would like to subscribe to Arty Paper Crafters as well, you will then receive details of all my new posts in your email inbox. So that's all for me from today. So bye for now. Bye.